Welcome to day 2, awakening the lower body. So start with me seated. You don't have to be seated cross-legged on the floor like me. Just please sit any way that's comfortable, that you're able to be relatively upright. You can close your eyes for a moment or leave them open. Just relax your gaze slightly down. Check in with how you're feeling physically. And how might you characterize your emotional and mental state to yourself? And now consider for a moment what your highest good would be to come from this practice. What is your goal today? And in yoga, we call that the sankalpa, your heart's desire. Now, having established yourself in your heart's desire, let's get ready to lie down and move. So we'll start off on the back in what's called constructive rest. You might like to have a folded blanket or towel underneath your head, just to provide a little support for the neck. You might want to have your strap handy. And then please lower yourself down onto your back. Have your knees bent. We call this constructive rest. And for today's purposes, I would suggest have your feet and knees about hips distance apart. Wider is fine too. Relax your arms wherever they want to go. Out to your side like this. Hands resting on the torso is fine. Make sure you like where your shoulder blades are and that your head feels pretty centered. Closing your eyes now, or if that's not comfortable, leaving them open and relaxed. Let your body settle back into the earth. Feel the pace of your own breath. And now please lift your right foot off the floor and take your right knee into your chest. You may clasp your hands either in front of or behind the right knee. And this is one place you could use a strap to extend your reach if you can't quite get hold of the leg. We're beginning with Apanasana. The knee is going to stay bent through the whole movement. As you next inhale, straighten the elbows so the thigh drops away from you. And as you exhale, bend the elbows and hug the thigh back in. So as you inhale, arms straighten, knee drops away. And as you exhale, elbows bend, knee hugs in towards the chest. Keep going. Let the pace of the movement be guided by your own breath. So the next time the knee hugs in towards the chest, same leg, we're moving forward into Supta Padangusthasana. So now as you inhale, stretch the leg up for the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend the knee and hug it back in. So inhaling, lengthening up. Exhaling and dropping back. Keep going. Now we're warming the tissues gradually with the repetitions. So there's no need to go to your edge all at once. Little bits at a time. Now the next time you stretch up, stay up. If you can, keep your hands or your strap on the back of this right thigh. And in fact, with the hands, very gently draw down, as though you're anchoring your thigh bone into your hip socket. And when you do that, notice the back of the pelvis is very flush into the floor, very level. Now away from that, stretch the heel up. Feel the back of the leg opening. Now maintain that and slowly roll this foot around the ankle. Go the other way. Slow, like you're moving through mud. And now please point and flex this foot. Really articulating through all the bones. And now let go of the leg, but leave it in the air and shake it out a little. And you can also, if you'd like here, put the foot down, stretch it out on the floor and bounce it. That might feel nice too. And now, please bend this right knee, stand the right foot next to the left, pause, observe, and notice what you're feeling. Notice if already, just from the first simple movements, there's already a sense of difference in terms of how that life force energy is flowing in one side of the lower body versus the other. Okay, so we better even you out. Please bring your left knee into your chest. Hug it in, either in front of or behind the knee with your hands or your strap. Starting with Apanasana, the knee is going to stay bent the whole time. Inhaling, straightening the elbows. Knee drops away. Exhaling, elbows bend. Knee hugs back in. Inhaling, lengthening the arms. Knee moves away. Exhaling, bending the elbows. Knee hugs in. Continue, please. Noticing how the simple coordination of movement and breath is really asking you to stay present and stay focused. Now, the next time you hug the knee in, let's move on, same leg, Supta Padangusthasana. So now as you inhale, stretch this left leg up for the ceiling. And as you exhale, bend the knee and hug it back in. On your inhale, stretching up. And on your exhale, coming in. So remember, we're warming up gradually. And once you get the idea and you know where we're going, you're following the pace of your own breath. You do not have to rush or wait for mine. Now, the next time you stretch up, please stay up. Keep your hands or strap behind the thigh and gently draw down, as though you would anchor the thigh bone into the hip socket. And as you do that, feel the back of the pelvis very level and connected to the earth. Slowly roll this left foot now around the ankle, like through mud. Now roll the other way. Slowly point and flex the foot. And now relax the foot up in the air, let go and shake it out. And you can even bend the knee, stretch the foot out on the floor and bounce the leg. Let it relax. And now bend this left knee. Stand the left foot next to the right. Pause back in constructive rest. Observe the lower body. And have we evened out that sense of flow between the sides? Wonderful. Relax the legs and bobble the knees a little side to side. We call this windshield wiper. It's not a full twist. It's maybe half as far as you could go. Little drop one way, little drop the other. Mainly rocking on the back of the pelvis. Okay, we are ready for the figure 4 stretch. And let's start with the right side, please. So this is where you may want to have your strap handy. Please cross the right ankle just over the left knee. Let the right leg relax completely for a moment. And then take your right fingertips and very gently press the thigh away from you. This is creating a little external rotation. Please release that. Bring the knee so it points more towards you, and with your right hand, press the thigh more toward the midline. And this is more internal rotation. And now come back to the relaxed place. Just let the knee bobble a bit. So some days, exploring your edge in both of those places, that's your figure 4. If you're open to it, try floating now the left foot off the floor, guiding the legs towards your body. And now you want to catch hold of them in some way, using either your strap or your hands. So today I'm going to bring my hands, both clasped, to the outside of this right knee. So both of my legs are coming in, but it's the right knee that's closest. Both feet are awake. And once again, check in with the back of your pelvis. Do you remember when we were pulling the thigh down and the pelvis felt very flush to the floor? Can you recreate that feeling here? You can use your hands to create little circles with the legs one way. Circle the other way. Take a nice, easy breath. Draw it in through the nose. Send it out through the mouth. Relax the jaw. Well done. Please release. Pause. Stand your feet to the floor. Figure 4 stretch to the second side, please. Left ankle crosses just over the right knee. Let the leg relax for a moment first.
And then take these left fingertips and gently press the thigh a little bit away from you. External rotation. Bring it so it points more towards you. Bring the hand outside the thigh, push in toward the midline. More internal rotation. And maybe one of those feels best to you and you want to stay there and breathe into that. Or maybe you're ready to try lifting the right foot off the floor, floating the legs towards your torso. Today I'm going to bring my hands, you could use a strap, clasped outside this left knee, both feet awake. Both legs are drawing in, but the left knee is closest. Keep the back of the pelvis level into the floor. Draw circles with your hands one way. Circle the other way. Take a nice, easy breath. Draw it in through the nose and send it out through the mouth. Great, release. Stand the feet to the floor and come back into that little windshield wiper movement. Notice how things are changing. All right, one more little sequence here on the back. We're coming into bound angle position. So try bringing the soles of the feet together and letting the knees drop apart. Let the inner thighs relax here. If this is too hard on your hips, we won't be here a ton of time, but you're welcome to place cushions under the outer thighs to keep from stretching too far. Now the way we're going to move here is we're going to bring the knees together when we exhale. So start with an inhale here to prepare. And as you exhale, guide the knees together. And when the knees touch, the soles of the feet are flat to the floor. Now inhale, come back to the starting position, bound angle. And as you exhale, guide the knees together and let the feet turn. Do that twice more, please. Now on this next one, when the knees come together, please let them stay together. You might walk your feet just a little ways away from one another. Turn the heels out and the toes in. This is our other variation of constructive rest. We're just pausing to let the thighs relax the other way while I tell you about the last little thing we'll throw in here. This is where we're going to include some vibration, a little bit of sound. And the sound we're going to use is a nice, low, gentle hum, like a I'm probably making mine louder than you will, just to make sure you can hear me. So we'll use that to bring the knees together rather than the silent exhale. Shall we try it? Bring the soles of the feet together, let the knees drop apart. Nice, easy breath in, and knees together with a hum. On your inhale, soles together, knees apart. Great, try that twice more. Pace of your own breath. Last one. When your knees are touching, Walk your feet apart. Turn the heels out and rest the toes and knees in. Pause now and feel the effect of combining the movement, the breath, and the sound. And now choose a side you're going to roll to. Please use that side, hand or arm, to support your head. Roll over onto your side for a moment. Press yourself slowly up to seated. You do not need to sit cross-legged on the floor like me. You can sit in a way that works for you. Notice how you're feeling physically. How you might characterize your mental, your emotional state. Please rest one hand over your heart and reflect back to your sankalpa, your heart's desire for your practice today. Affirming how that might stay with you now as you move out into your day. And notice as you get up now to walk into whatever's next for you, how your lower body feels and how that affects your mental state as you go about your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.